Alright, well, what my opponent has done, by the way, my name is Jason, and what my opponent has actually done is compiled everything into one very nice big package. The appeal to emotion. And it's committed when someone manipulates people's emotions in order to get them to accept a claim as being true and he's really committing a fallacy, simply by when he stated that the facts show that abortion certainly is murder. No, these facts show that you are actually committing a fallacy, my friend. Women should have control over their own bodies. They have to carry the child during pregnancy and undergo childbirth. No one else carries the child for her, and it would be her responsibility alone, and thus she would have the sole right to decide. These are important events in a woman's life. And if she does not want to go through the full 9 months and subsequent birth, then she should have the right to choose not to do so. There are few, if any, other cases where something with such profound consequences is forced upon a human being against his or her will, and to appeal to the child's right to the life is just circular. Whether a fetus has right or not, it can be really called a child. And that's exactly what is the issue, isn't it? If it is a child, and if it's living. Everyone agrees that children have rights and shouldn't be killed, but not everyone agrees that fetuses of 2, 4, 8, or even 20 weeks are even children. I'd like to bring to the attention a quote my opponent actually stated. Over half of the American population considers abortion as murder. So, just because the majority believes in something doesn't make it true. In fact, you should actually be familiar with argumentum ad populum, which states that someone is actually committing a fallacy when attempting to prove a conclusion on the grounds that all or most people think or believe it is true. Well, my argument is actually that abortion is not murder, because a fetus is not a person. A person is an organism that is self-aware, meaning that it has developed a brain of sorts, and can be aware of its environment and of itself instantly. Because a fetus does not fulfill these requirements, it is not a person. Because it's not a person, it's not murder, which is defined as the unlawful killing of one human by another, especially with premeditated malice. My opponent may try to distinguish a human from a person, but there is none in relevance to this debate. While all persons are humans, all humans are actually people. And are we really talking about life? At what point does a life really begin? Is terminating a fetus, which can neither feel nor think, or is even conscious of its own existence, really be with the killing of a person? There rightly are restrictions on the time within which a termination can take place, and before a fetus does develop these defining human characteristics. If you affirm that human life is actually a quality of independence and of prior to, though, and feeling, then you leave yourself the awkward task of explaining what truly human life really is. My opponent also states that abortion takes away fetuses that have the ability to do great things to benefit mankind in the future. Alright. I have a little joke. What if masturbation was illegal? Because every time I would spill my seeds, I could have actually killed the future president of America. I don't know that. Maybe the next pop star. Who knows? Or, how about, what if it was murderers and dictators and terrorists that I gave birth to? And I just had done away with them like that, rather than good doers. Would it then be the moral thing for me to do? No, we can't tell anyway. So judging abortion on such silly ideas is kind of useless to me, I believe. And now all of you know the drill. If you want to try to make a amendment forbidding abortion, you're going to get into a big mess. And when everything is made as illegal and known as illegal, there's always some way people will still do what they want to do. It's called pretty much doing it underground, if you will. Drugs are illegal, yet somehow they're everywhere. You know? So if you want to save the trouble, why don't you make an amendment that you can only have an abortion maybe in the first trimester and nothing after. Thank you.